This is Parental lesson number 2 out of 3 in our day school program. You're going to say stay. You're going to take out in front to face Charlie and go all the way out to the end of your 15-foot leash. You're going to keep your shoulders facing Charlie and reel in your leash as you go around the back. You want to keep the leash around the front. You do not stop here like you did last week, but you keep going all the way out here to the end of your leash. And this is where you say, down, good boy, settle, good boy. All of that is done without bending over, okay? Just use your word in a long and strong way. As soon as he lies down and settles, then you continue like you did last week. Stay, walk out and around, keeping your leash around the front. Again, you do not stop there like last week. You go all the way out here to the end of your 15-foot leash. Transfer the leash to your left thumb and say, Charlie, come. Reel Charlie into the left side where he walks and do your auto sit hand signal to encourage him to sit in the proper placement. Stay. You do it a second time, now from a sit position. Remember, the first one was just from a down position. Transfer the loop to your left hand. Face your left side where you want Charlie to run to, and then you will call Charlie, come. Reel him into the left side, get him past you, and then encourage him to do this auto sit right next to you. Some important tips to consider in lesson number 2 for the parents is keeping your long leash organized. You want to start reeling it in from, this is the position I'm going to hold Charlie's leash with about this much slack. Charlie's looking at kids right now, showing some real good self-restraint. Once you know that this is the length you want to hold your leash, you're going to make 3 or 4 even loops. Always have your thumb in the wrist loop and hold your leash like this, just like you did your 6-foot leash. Right in front of you here, keeping it loose 90% of the time, only issuing a little teeny correction if Charlie gets out of place. Another important tip when you're working on come from a distance using your 15-foot leash is you want to make sure that when you're reeling Charlie into your left side, that when he runs to you, get him all the way past your body before you ask him to turn around to sit facing forward. This is so that his big body can turn all the way around and sit in the same direction you are without his butt sticking out that way, and so on. And I'll show you what I mean. Charlie, come. Get Charlie past me and then step up, square my shoulders, and Charlie should sit in a perfect straight line right next to you. When you first start teaching come, we are doing it at Puppy Head Start, and we're doing lots of informal comes on this long leash, but for now, in the context of the sit, stay, down, stay routine, assuming your dog has already learned a little bit of come, we are going to put him in a sit stay right after his actually right after his down. Good boy. Right after his down stay and walking around him. I'm summarizing that real quick. You want to call him to your left side where he walks and have him turn around and sit facing forward. So when I say his name in COME, I'm going to reel him in and show him to come around, turn from the outside inside. I'm going to get him a little past me, and I'm going to show him to turn around and sit right next to me. And we do that 2 times in a row, tacked on to the end of your sit, stay, down, stay routine that you've done so far. Okay, are you ready? I'll go over the leash technique in just a second. You're going to reel him in using your left hand. Floki, come. Start walking backwards to get him going, to get him moving. Keep walking backwards. It buys you time to, good boy, to reel in your leash. And then you want him to come right back up here. Good job, good boy. And sit facing forward. He's a little sideways. Stay. But we'll correct that. All right? So as you reel him in with big wide shoulder pulls just like this, as you walk backwards, it's going to buy you time to reel in your leash because you want to keep it off the ground. Floki, come, so that you can keep it off the ground so that you can show him, come on, good boy, sit, to turn around
and sit facing forward. And I'm using my leash just as a guide. Remember, you don't want to stand still and drag the dog into position. You want to do your best to stay. Show him where you want him to go by you moving. This is how I want you to reel in your leash. Keep the right hand stationary. Face the left side. When he gets close to you, you're going to make sure you get him past you. And then you're going to bring him forward and sweep your hand and get him to auto sit. Okay, here we go. Flookie, come. Good boy. Come. Yeah, good boy. Nice loose leash. It's just as a guide. See? Sit. Good boy. That's it. Rip. Back to the scene of the crime, set him up in the same direction that you intended for him to sit in the first place. She's using her leash, a little bit of tension on the leash, and she steps in if he starts to move towards her. That little zone of real estate between the two of them, she just takes it over if he starts to move into it. So she only came out just a little bit to get him some success. That was awesome. So that one was a little bit different from the other guy.
Yes. Hey, Super Trainers, you were awesome today. I hope you learned something new. If so, please hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe over here. It really does help us continue providing this awesome content for you. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!